Ladies and gentlemen, the first session of the 10th World Junior Wushu Championships begins now. Please welcome the judges to the field of play. Now, let me introduce the technical officials of this session. Technical Delegate Jin Xiaobing from People's Republic of China. Chair of Jury of Appeals, Sharif Mustafa from Egypt. Vice Chair of Jury of Appeals, Li Yongqiang from People's Republic of China. Members of Jury of Appeals, Xiaoling Lu from the United States of America. Abdulrahman Sanahi from Morocco. Taolu Chief Referee, Lin Xiaomei from People's Republic of China. Taolu Assistant Chief Referee, Rongjun from Switzerland. Sonia Grindelu from Romania. Taolu number 1 field of play, head judge, Kupriyanova Tatiana. Assistant head judge, Fang Xiaofen from France. Judge number 1, Shao Yingjian from People's Republic of China. Judge number 2, Anthony Chen from United States of America. Judge number 3, Wu Qingsong from Macau, China. Judge number 4, Ayat Saliman Hussein Ahmed from Egypt. Judge number 5, Leonid Borisov from Ukraine. Judge number 6, Zhuo Haojun from Germany. Judge number 7, Liu Huicong from Great Britain. Judge number 8, Alem Adilian from Armenia. Taolu number 2 field of play, head judge, Jennifer Gu from Canada. Assistant head judge, Huang Yanhui from Macau, China. Judge number 1, King Jong-nam from Republic of Korea. Judge number 2, Lao Yusang from Hong Kong, China. Judge number 3, Lin Kim from Malaysia. Judge number 4, Rosalind Goh from Canada. Judge number 5, Wang Hui from Japan. Judge number 6, Xiao Yongri from Chinese Taipei. Judge number 7, Avidis Seropian from Netherlands. Judge number 8, Vania Rosalind Irmanto from Indonesia. Sanda field of play, Sanda Chief Referee Iwan Ko from Indonesia. Sanda Assistant Chief Referee Muhammad Reza Pahlaminijad from Islamic Republic of Iran. Sanda Head Judge Liang Yadong from People's Republic of China. Sanda Assistant Head Judge Marcus Alves from Brazil. Judge number 1, Jian Jihua from Macau, China. Judge number 2, Roberto Neo Astudillo from Philippines. Judge number 3, Mohamed Al-Qadri from Canada. Judge number 4, Dilir Wurhan from Turkey. Judge number 5, Liang Jiaqi from Hong Kong, China. Timekeeper Li Yongchao from People's Republic of China. Recorder Li Guangjing from People's Republic of China. Medical Supervisor Jia Tao from People's Republic of China. Sanda judges, please take your seats. Ladies and gentlemen, Taolu number 1 field of play. Next goes Boys Youth Nanquan competition. Taolu number 2 field of play. Next goes Boys Junior Changquan competition. Sanda field of play. Next goes Boys Youth 56 kilogram category competition. Please welcome the Taolu athletes. Kilogram category. Red side, Wen Dundu from Vietnam. Blue side, Rosa Mayan from India. Please welcome the Sanda athletes. Taolu athletes, please return to the sideline. Taolu judges, please take your seats.
Welcome. Welcome to the 10th Wushu Junior Wushu Championship. This is our first day of competition. Here is court number 2. We have our first athletes from mainland China. Wang Chengxu, performing boys junior Changquan. Okay, as the very first athletes stepping on the stage. Nice and firm. His stance and power looks good. Good lotus kick, and we'll see his balance. Wow, so stable. It's not shaking at all. And upcoming, 2 more jumps. Jumping kick and jumping inside kick. Both finishing with high quality. Looks like his fitness is quite good. still performing strong. Usually, he'll get quite tired starting from the middle. Okay, we can see his speed may drop a little bit, but his form is still maintaining well. Okay, he's keeping up his rhythm, and the very last jump, butterfly kick. Nicely done. And landed stable. And a back sweep. Finishing strong. Our first athletes of the whole competition from mainland China, Wang Chengxu. Great performance. Okay, see. Let's see how the score is coming. Okay, his score is 8.920. Not bad, not bad. Upcoming, our red player is from Turkey. Barak. Information says he also joined the last World Junior Championship. So he is experienced. Shiny red costume. Starting firm too. Quite good. Looks like he has more speed and power. It's not as stable as our previous player. Okay, let's look into the jumping slap kick. Then jumping inside kick. Land firm, very firm. Arm wheel, smooth arm wheel. And we'll see his balance. Nice one. I think this player has good rhythm. His speed is quite good. Okay, we can see he's getting tired. And the last section. Butterfly kick coming. Finish strong and high. Good one. See his stance, very solid. Finishing up. Good one. Barak from Turkey. See his jumping slap kick is quite nice. And the jumping inside kick, landing into horse stance. We're all waiting for the scores. For Changquan, we are looking for speed and power from the athletes. And we can judge by the heights of the jumps and the stability when they land. So this jumping slap kick and the jumping inside kick at the first section is the highlight of this routine. They are performing the first international Changquan. So the forms are all the same, compulsory. Okay, the score is up. Got 8.810. Ranking number 2 at the moment. Okay. He has a very strong beginning too. Loud slap. Wow, his speed is good. And his balance. Nice one. It's not easy to stand this still. His core muscle has to be very strong. And the highlight of the routine, jumping front slap kick and jumping inside kick. Oh, this may be a little low for the slap, but still finishing strong. Rigged arm wheel and front stretch kick into the cat stance. And the second section, nice jump. Well done. His form, his stance is quite rigid. Okay, we can see his finish drop a little bit. Come on, let's go. Okay, the last section, butterfly jump. Very high. Okay, landing. Not as firm, but he's adjusting. Nice cat stance. Finishing strong. Finishing strong. Okay. He is Barak from Turkey. He's scoring 8.606. Upcoming, we have Villa from New Zealand. Okay, showing his number. Very polite, would do a greeting before coming up to the stage. It is amazing how these young athletes can be so strong and stable. Jumping lotus kick and a balance movement. Okay, we can see his jumping kick and jumping inside kick. Oops, a little sway. But he's adjusting fast, not affecting his performance. quite nice. Very standard cat stance. Okay, we can see his movements are quite clear. Clean one. It looks like he's a bit tired. And slow down a little bit. Come on. Hop he jump high for the butterfly kick. Not bad, not bad. And he's landing stable. The final sweep. And a cat stance ending. Nice one. This is Villa from New Zealand. From the information, he has started training at age of 5. And for the junior group, they are all aged between 12 to 14. So he is experienced. He's getting nervous too, waiting for his score. Oh, we can see the New Zealand leaves stitches on his costume. Okay, the very last movement. Right, going back to the highlight. Jumping front slap kick. Stepping right and jumping inside kick. Okay, and a little bit balance losing. Okay, his score is 8.006. Ranking number 4 at the moment. The next athletes, we have Bruno from Argentina. Whoa, a different starting. He definitely has his style. Slipping strong. Hey, quite nice. Jumping lotus kick. Cool, he has his speed. Oh, he jumped really high. Okay. Although the turn may be a little bit short, but he's continuing strong. Okay, a little bit losing balance here. Still fine. Good cat stance and drop stance here. Okay, looks like he's getting tired. Let's cheer for him. Okay, keep going. And let's finish strong. Okay, a little bit of sway here. He's trying to get ready for the last jump. Butterfly, good one. He's jumping high. It's really good explosive power. And go stable. Good one. Very nice. Bruno from Argentina. Looks looks like he's very young. Okay, we can see the replay of his jumping front slap kick and jumping inside kick. Arm wheel, not bad. Okay, and hammer fist. Front stretch kick. Okay, for Changchen, there's another way of calling it is, the old way of calling it is long fist. We are requiring athletes to perform the stretch and smooth movement, emphasizing on speed and flow. Okay, there are 3 bare hand events in Wushu Taolu. There are Changquan, the long fist, Nanquan, the southern fist, and Tai Chi Chuan. Okay, Argentina, we got 7.106, ranking number 5 at the moment. Coming, we have athletes from Latvia. He's wearing his glasses too. Red costume, look extra smart in this blue carpet. Hey, his kick is quite nice. And his movements are quite clear and clean. Nice one. And the jumping kick. And jumping inside kick. He could go a little bit higher, but not bad. As an 11-old youth. Good side kick. Side kick is one of the most difficult land movement for youth athletes. Okay, stable balance. Okay, but he's getting tired. His punch is not as strong anymore. Let's cheer for him. Okay, finishing nice, a drop stance. And the last bit, jumping butterfly, good one. His butterfly is quite, I like his swing of the legs. Okay, nice one, not bad. We have athletes from Latvia. Okay, we can see his legs are quite strong, that he can go down well and come up as fast as he can. Okay, a little bit not as clear here, but still he adjusts himself quickly. Okay, his score is out, 7.483, ranking number 5 at the moment. Next, we have Kim from Korea. Okay, he has black costume. Usually, we choose darker color costume to emphasize our power and stability. Let's see if he has more in his power. Okay. He's doing his routine to psych up himself. Entering the stage, we have Kim from Korea. Nice rhythm. You see he has slowed down certain moves and then speed up. High outside kick, jumping, stable stance. He looks quite strong. Big eyes looking fierce. Okay, a light jump and a strong jumping inside kick. Wow, very nice jumping stretch kick. Straight knee and fast kick. You can see side kick. Okay, we can see his basics are very good. All the stances and kicks are finishing with high quality. Okay, take a breath here. Okay, his butterfly is not as good as his jumping kicks. But landing stable and low cat stance. Good one. He's very confident about his performance. He looks satisfied. He has faith in his eyes. Okay, his score is coming up fast. 8.78. Kim from Korea. He's ranking number 3 at the moment. Yes, we have Eric from USA. Wearing white costume to look smart. And we'll see if his forms perform smart. Okay, strong greeting. He looks very confident. Oh, there's a lot of audience cheering for him. Good slap kick. Very standard movements. I will see the balance. A little bit swinging. Applying. And preparing for the jumps. Kicking high. Good one. Landing strong. Both good kicks. And he keep up with the speed. Stable stance. He is strong. His moves are rigid. Elbow. Two sweep punch. Inside kick and a drop stance. Stable. You can see, not even his hair is swinging. The hairs are stable too. Good butterfly kick. Finishing nice. He does look smart. His moves are smart. Clean and clear. Very nice. Eric from America. In the replay, we'll see his balance. Going up slow and then going for the 2 jumps. His slap can be a little bit higher, but see, landing firm. See his facial expression. He's always looking smart and confident. Wow! He's ranking number 2 now. His score is 8.813. Strong one, strong one. He has no deduction in his formation. Coming, we have gallops from Latvia. Latvia has 2 athletes joining this category. Boys juniors Changchen. Clean movements. He's tall and slim, which makes his movement looks even cleaner. Jumping front slap kick and a jumping inside kick. Land stable too, quite nice. An arm wheel, front stretch kick, and then a pause here. Okay, going into second section, jump into cat stance, a side kick, and bow stance. In the third section, challenging his endurance now, and see how he can jump. Using his last bit of energy. Come on, good one. Okay, jumping high, a little bit sway for landing. Still picking up, and quite nice, quite nice. Looking confident. Phillips from Latvia. His kick is above his waist level, and inside kick is landing quite stable. See his arm wheel, the movements are quite stretched. Okay, his score is up. He got 7.413, ranking number 8. Great one. Okay, coming up we have athletes wearing blue. He is Ian from Argentina. Okay, his blue is a little bit close to the background color. But he's in a shiny blue. Strong slap.
It's not enough to get high score, and we also need to judge his overall performance. So judging from his hand techniques and foot stances, still a lot of room to be improved, to be honest. But actually, the athletes from India, they have great improvement recent years.
Yeah, it's one of the great things about coming to a competition like this and seeing all the athletes and the development of Wushu around the world, especially from places where it wasn't very developed in the past, to see them kind of catch up to the rest of the world and exceed in one way or another. Final score, 8.510, currently placing him in 9th place.
So you can see his overall performance score is only 1.66. So that means still need to improve the specialty of the characteristic of the Nanquan. He got the deduction. The coding is 30 and 78. So the 30, that is still his kicking leg is lower than his shoulder while he's doing the lotus or the jumping tornado, and 78, that is his torso is a sway during his do the balance or the landing.
Up next is Mateo Nicolas Roland from Argentina.
So generally, the Wushu judge the Nanquan first, the basic principle of the quality of movement, and overall that is the quality of movement is more important, and they will just see their stances and their hand techniques, then their jumping and the performance of the difficult jumping. Okay, this is he failed to land, so it's quite difficult for judge to tell which deduction coding for him. You know, if you want to improve your movement speed, there's another big mistake. He just fall on the ground.
The higher these athletes that jump, the greater risk they are of failing the movements as well, too.
Again, you know, the Nanquan, that is each movement is must be executed with stability and strength. The stances should be very steady, and the punches are powerful, highlighting the power. Okay, let's waiting for his final score. Matthew Nicholas from Argentina.
And you can see the amount of endurance required from these athletes. All right, so his final score is 7.663, currently placing him in 13th place.
He has 72 and 55. That is the single 单叠步, single knee stance, and 72, that is 4 on the ground and 2 times. So actually 72 is deduction 0.3. So this big mistake. So he just had two big mistakes of the four.
Let's welcome the athletes.
Up next is Girls Youth Nanquan. Let's welcome our athletes to the stage as they get ready to perform.
End of round one. Taolu number one field of play. Athletes number one, please enter the arena. Athletes number two, please be prepared.
1号场地女子青年组男拳项目，1号运动员上场，2号运动员准备。1号场地，请运动员入场。
Athletes, please enter on the platform.
So today the 10th World Junior Wushu Championships are in Tianjin, and the competition overall features 3 different age categories. We have the children's category, the juniors category, and the youth category. The Wushu Taolu competition includes 66 events for male and female categories, while the Sanda competition features 17 events. And there will be a total of 83 gold medals to be awarded to athletes throughout this entire competition. And youth represent the future of Wushu, and the International Wushu Federation has always placed great importance on the development of youth Wushu. Establishing the World Youth Wushu Championships in 2006. As one of the International Wushu Federation's 6th official events, the World Junior Championships are held every 2 years as the largest, highest level competition for youth athletes. Let's welcome Sadia Afrin from Bangladesh as our first youth girls Nanquan athlete.
Okay, comparing to the boys Nanquan, the girls are a little soft, yes.
Again, these athletes are all competing the 3rd International Generation Nanquan routine. Same as the boys category.
Generally, if you judge from the athletes' lower extremity moving, and you can tell which is good and which is not very good. And judging from this athletes, his moving is not so strong, and his core strength a little, not so strong, a little weak. Yeah, but actually the overall performance is still good.
Yes, got to keep those stances low, and the power has to be there for sure. A lot of Nanquan is, in theory, is grounded, very grounded movements and very rooted like a tree, and that's a very important aspect of Nanquan. So that's why the emphasis on low stances is so important for Nanquan. Overall final score 8.76, currently placing our Bangladesh athlete in first place.
So he has 3 deduction points. It's 26, 55, and 26. 55 still that the same stance. That is the butterfly stance. And 26, that is the Qixi, is a single knee wrist position. I still remember several athletes got deduction on this stance. It's a really pity. That is, if they can pay attention to correct, they will just avoid any deducted by our judge.
Yes, it may seem like during training a very small thing, but overall it's a very common deduction today. Have to make sure your knee is higher than your waist on the single leg balances. All right, let's welcome our next athlete from China, Hong Kong, Chen Hoiqing.
Okay, let's see our athlete from the Hong Kong, China's performance.
Keeping the stances quite low.
The Nanquan from the southern of the China, so the Hong Kong, China also is in the south. So you can see the style is quite the same.
And very beautiful high tornado kick 540, as well as the other difficulty movements very high as well. The rhythm between short movements and fast movements with the athlete is quite good, actually. Especially when these athletes, they come on the stage and the heart may be racing, but they need to know when to stop and pause.
You know, when the athletes release their power, they need their 腰马劲, that is from their waist and their hip to generate the power. Okay, she finished his performance.
Definitely a very strong performance from our athlete.
Wow.
Overall score 9.020, currently placing our athlete in first place.
There is no any deduction for his quality of movement, and his overall performance score is a 2.02.
Let's welcome our next athlete, Choi Na-kyung from Republic of Korea.
very good jumps. And the landing also is quite good. You can see his power train is tossing fist is very good. The kicking is no problem. And the male athletes from Korea got deduction of his single knee wrist. Okay, let's see whether she can avoid this deduction.
And a great empty stance to close it out. It's always good to see athletes at least holding their stances for 2 to 3 seconds.
Perfect performance. Let's wait for his final score.
Overall score 8.933, currently placing our Korean athlete in second place. Up next, representing Peru, we have Kathleen Nabrun.
The Nanquan style still looks good. But if you see her jump, okay, still need to be improved on her jumping capacity.
But her shouts and her screams are quite good. We can hear them from all the way across the stadium.
So sometimes, the jumps, it takes time to train and including improve their physical conditioning and also the jumping techniques. So that's why it takes longer time. But for the basics of the Nanquan, still need spend a lot of time to improve their stances and their hand techniques.
Overall, foundations and the basic techniques are only part of the Taolu practice, and jumps are something you have to train individually as well.
Yeah, the Nanquan training methods is quite different to Changquan training contents.
Still a very strong performance from Catalina.
So the overall performance is judging from we have a kind of 三档9级, 3 classes and 9 levels. So for the overall performance judge, first just set the classes, the super, medium, and the just inferiors, and then just select through the 9 levels, just find the suitable levels for the athlete's performance, overall performance. The score displayed a little slow because she has a lot of deduction points, so that's why the judge need to input the codings.
Yes, we'll mostly be looking at the difficulty movements or the jumping section of her routine to determine her final score. But it's overall very great to see how widespread Wushu has become throughout the years. Currently, the International Wushu Federation is a sports federation with 162 member associations or different countries overall. And throughout the years, Wushu has become quite the modern sport with a global appeal. And we are delighted to see the influence of Wushu among young people continues to grow. And it has officially become a competition event at the 2026 Dakar Youth Olympic Games, which is a historic breakthrough for the Wushu community.
The innovation has been made to the competition system. For the first time, the championship has adopted a preliminary final system in Taolu event. The group preliminary will be held for 3 popular events: men's junior Changquan, men's junior Wushu, and women's junior Changquan, with the top 12 athletes select to advance to the finals, raising the competition level and the attractiveness of the event. Okay, the final score, that is 7.783.
Currently placing our athlete in 4th place, Catalina from Peru.
So the overall performance score is a 1.383.
1号场地4号运动员秘鲁卡塔琳娜最后得分7.183分，5号上场6号准备。
Representing Germany, we have Christina Maria Avramenko. And we can talk about the uniforms a little bit. Usually for the female outfits, they have the sleeves across Nanquan and Changquan styles, but the men's category, or the male category of Nanquan, the boys like to have the shorter sleeves to show off their deltoids and their biceps. Jumping crescent kick, lotus kick, 360. One thing to talk about too is the shouts or the screams that come from Nanquan. Because Nanquan is a very rooted and stable kind of technique, the screams as well need to come from what we call dantian, or around your stomach region, not from your throat. If you always scream from your throat, you may find that you have problems speaking or problems with your throat in the future. So most of the athletes need to make sure they pay attention to their screams coming from their stomach, just like a singer would.
Yeah, when you call it scream, actually there's a special term for this, is vocalization, so vocalizing. Actually, this is also needs a technique, as you mentioned, that is start from the dantian, from your abdomen, sub-abdomen, and also coordinate with the movement, not only just vocalize from your throat. Okay, his final score is 8.533. He got the deduction one. The code is 30. So I guess she got a deduction at his jumping lotus kick, and I saw her kicking leg is lower than her shoulder. Actually, the athletes purposely just kick lower, ensure they have they can meet the requirement of their rotation angle.
Yes, a lot of the times you'll see athletes trying to spin more, so their kicks are a little bit lower. But it's very important you kick high enough, especially above that shoulder height. And our next athlete is from Turkey, introducing Afra Kinlinch.
Oh, very good. You can see this is this form. We emphasize the form to convey the meaning, convey spirit through the intention. Each movement is executed with the stability and the strength. The stances are stable, firm, and the punches are powerful, highlighting the power. So the characteristic of the Nanquan is quite typical.
Great landings on all of our difficulty degrees so far.
A very powerful movement performed by this athlete. But when you're judging from the fourth section, it's still she can perform in very high speed and accurate movement. Okay, let's see her final score. Okay, 8.734.
8.743, currently placing our athlete in third place from Turkey.
Okay, the deduction code is 30, still one movement. I guess still that is a jumping lotus kick. Her kicking leg is lower than her shoulder.
That's also going to be a very common theme today. All right, let's introduce our athlete from Macau, China, Wang Yaoteng. Great landing on the tornado kick and the jumping lotus kick.
Since we don't have the difficulty judge, so we actually for the optional Wushu routine competition, we have 3 groups of the judge. So for the international competition, there are only 2 groups: quality of movement and overall performance. So athletes, the jumping rotation angles is not judged by the athlete, by the Wushu judge.
Yes, that's one of the differences between the compulsory and contemporary routines that we'll be watching.
So you see some athletes, the landing direction is a little different, but still correct. As long as their movement's direction is within the right street to follow the regulation of the Wushu.
As long as the jumps meet the minimum requirement, then they should be good to go. Great performance as the audience and her teammates are erupting in the background.
8.813.
Currently placing our athlete in third place.
And also get deduction about the 30, the 30.
Up next is Kavishi Nimsara Vietnamage from Sri Lanka.
Oh, she has a. It seems she cannot jump very high.
Yes, took a little bit of an extra step there before the tornado kick.
I guess she has an extra run up step.
Overall hand techniques from the second section of this form is quite good though. As we approach the third section, the jumping lotus kick 360.
Oh, there's an additional support when he do the 鲤鱼打挺.
Yes, for the kip up. Not allowed to use your hands or put any of your weight on the hands or on the competition mat at any point in time during the routine. One thing to talk about too is the endurance, right? So one of the important aspects of Wushu in general is showing the judges that you have spirit and that you're not tired while you're competing. But as soon as the athletes exit the stage, you can see how their heart is racing and how hard their lungs have to work to get through these routines. It's like you're sprinting for almost 2 minutes, 1.5 minutes straight. Overall, it's very challenging for these Taolu athletes, regardless.
So this kind of exercise is quite good for our youth because this is a strong intensity. The intensity is really high. It's a vigorous exercise, especially performed just within 1 minute and 20 seconds.
Yes.
But their heartbeat is over the 180. Yeah, we just measured before. Just like as you mentioned, that is a sprint to 400 meters or the 800 meters.
It's definitely competing within a range where our body is not comfortable with. Our body can only realistically sprint from around 10 to 30 seconds before it needs to start different kind of energy conversion.
And the training also is similar like the HIIT, high intensity interval training method.
So again, through the things we've mentioned today for these young athletes, they have to work on their jumping practices, they have to work on their foundational skills, as well as their endurance. Three very key important things. And aside from these things, we have to have good memory and rhythm and flow within the routines, and have to pay attention to a lot of small details.
Okay.
All right, final score, 7.916, currently placing Kavishi in 7th place from Sri Lanka.
Okay, there's a new code number. This is a 40. So what is 40 coding? So we will see the 40. That is the 腾空白. This is just a flying cross leg kick, 360 to land on side. This his kicking leg is lower than head. So the toes of the kicking leg not above head level. So the code number is 40. So the next athletes.
From the People's Republic of China, we have Li Yixin.
This athlete is from the Guangzhou team, and she started her Wushu training when she was 6 years old. She has become to the professional athlete since 2024.
Very beautiful high jumps and perfect landings on the difficulty movements so far, as well as the hand techniques. Very clean and very precise. Beautiful 360 tornado into dragon riding stance, as well as the jumping lotus.
And the movement integrated from his hands and her legs. So you can see the movement just like the whole things, right? And she generates her power from her core strength, from the dantian, from the abdomen.
Very great performance from our athlete from the People's Republic of China. I think one of the underrated things, maybe overlooked in some parts of Wushu, is the rhythm of the athletes when they stop their movements and when they kind of accelerate.
Yeah.
All right, final score 9.263, currently placing in first place.
And her overall performance score is 2.263.
No deductions from this athlete as well. Up next is Mangsatabam Brit Un from India. Tornado kick into dragon riding stance, and the jumping lotus kick into horse stance.
She performed the 横丁腿 horizontal leg kick. This also is a typical leg technique. Okay, the jumping lotus kick is always has some athletes be deducted by judge, caused by their kicking legs lower than the shoulder. Oh, it seems is a body sway. Her quality of movements is good. It's a correction of her stances.
Overall, very good performance from our athlete from India. One thing too we can talk about is time. So sometimes athletes, they might exceed the time or go too fast, and now we have our final score, 8.686, currently placing in 6th place. Again, with the time
Yeah, you can see she just got the deduction on her lotus kick.
And up next is our athlete representing Indonesia, Otiko Romad Lona Omiar Na. Great rhythm between head, hand, and leg movements, all very together. And beautiful landing on the tornado kick. Beautiful landing on
the jumping is quite easy for her.
Yes, you can really tell she has great leg strength.
Yeah, and also the stances looks really strong and powerful, and each movement is very tight, accurate.
Strong performance so far from the first half. All right, there we go. Good 360s.
Oh, no problem. Everything is quite perfect.
Very good rhythm as well between her leg techniques, her hand techniques.
Well done of this athlete. This athlete's Nanquan basics is very good, and also her jumping capacity is quite good too. So she has experienced the long training years.
Yes, you can tell she actually started her training in 2015, and in the Indonesian National World Championships won gold medal for Nanquan.
She got the final score is at 9.023. Currently, she ranks the second place.
Up next, representing the United States of America, we have Rihanna Thanuara.
Oh, quite good. The vocalization is good, and the movement quality looks good. See, her each hand techniques is clean and powerful.
Very fierce and definitely embodying the spirit of Nanquan within her movements.
But regarding the vocalization, it's not only you yelled, your vocalizing is louder. It's not that means. You need to have the techniques and each different tunes while you do the different vocalization. her stamina is really good, and there's no any speed reducing during she performing her last section. It's quite good.
Yes, overall time right in the sweet spot, didn't go over and wasn't too fast as well. Actually, this athlete has quite the history with Wushu competitions. She competed in the 9th World Junior Wushu Championships as well in Brunei, and she competes in other categories across the Nanquan field, as well as a American representative in the Pan American Wushu Championships, also placing gold, and as well as the Junior Taolu team trials for the U.S. team. And she has quite the extensive history, performing since she started Wushu at the age of under 9, which is quite young for a lot of our global athletes. Definitely a very promising performance from our U.S. athletes. Seems like the judges are confirming her athlete number before they give the final score.
This championship has an important mission of the preparing, training, and selecting athletes for the 2026 Dakar Youth Olympic Games, and serve as a crucial platform. Okay, her final score as 8.793.
Currently placing our U.S. athlete in 6th place. She also got a deduction for 70A.
It's a little pity that is she made a little mistake for the torso swing during she's doing a movement.
This 10th World Junior Wushu Championships is actually quite important for the development of Wushu and in relation to the Olympics. Whether or not athletes compete in the Olympics or not, they still have to come compete here first. And we have Valeria Ayala from Peru as our next athlete. Let's welcome her onto the stage. She begins her performance.
It's very interesting, and the Nanquan is quite popular among the youth, especially for the girls and the boys. They prefer to practice Nanquan. Maybe
Really?
the action movie just attract them to do, such as a Wing Chun.
Oh, yes, of course. Yes.
And a lot of Hong Kong movie also just they use the Nanquan to fight.
It's quite interesting, actually, especially because with the Yip Man movies, definitely made Wing Chun a lot more popular, but a lot of people don't actually realize that Wing Chun is a school of Nanquan. And that wraps up our girls youth Nanquan category. Very great performances overall from all of our athletes across the board in the Nanquan categories, both the boys and girls categories. And our final score for our last athlete is 8.616, currently placing her in 9th place, deductions 70B and 70A.
Actually, her overall performance score is not too low. It's 1.766. Yeah, she just had some deduction on her skip and torso sway.
Next up, we'll be welcoming the girls' youth Jianshu, or straight sword category, onto the stage. Here they come right now.
Okay, let's congratulations on Chinese athletes who won the gold medal for the girls Nanquan. Okay, right now it's girls Jianshu, girls youth Jianshu.
So, comparing to the Nanquan that we just watched now, we're going to be seeing a much different pace of routines. Yes, they will still have jumps, and yes, they will still have their foundational skills, but the rhythm and flow should be a lot different, and it should be focusing more on the elegance and the opening and extension of the sword from your body.
Yeah, the Jianshu is characterized by its lightness, agility, grace, and elegance. It emphasizes flexible body methods, distinct sword techniques, precise force application, unity of the body and the straight sword, and the harmony of hardness and softness, embodying the combat characteristics and artistic beauty of a sword and light weapon with nimble and versatile movements.
Let's welcome our first athlete to the stage representing Australia. This is Larissa Tiffany Yongyan Choi. One of the things we can pay attention to as well is the hand that does not hold the sword, the sword fingers, and making sure they're precise and kept together the entire time throughout the routine.
This also is the third international straight sword compulsory routine.
Butterfly kick into the cross leg stance. Into our first balance movement. It's always very good to see athletes holding their balances a little bit longer than they may think they need to, especially when their heart is racing and everything happens so fast on the stage. Because you may count 1 or 2 seconds, but in reality it was only half a second or 1 second. So it's always good to see them really hold their balances. And the
it's
aerial.
This is a aerial. She fell on the ground.
You know, it's very difficult to do the aerial movement, especially with the sword in your other hand. It kind of gives you an extra environmental aspect to worry about.
It takes long time to train, so that's why if you want to see which athletes they spend time to train the Wushu, you just ask them to do the aerial. Yeah.
We can actually talk about Jianshu, or the straight sword, a little bit more in detail too. It comes from the Changquan Lei, or the long fist category subset of weapons. And across the three major categories in most international competitions, there's Changquan, Nanquan, and Taijiquan. And across these three categories, Jianshu is one of the major weapon categories, along with Qiangshu, which is spear.
Yes, how can we judge the level of the Jianshu? That is, they require the agile body method, moving like swing dragon, and the clear sword techniques, precise force application. And also unity of body and sword, eyes following the sword.
Okay, so we have our final score for our Australian athlete, Tiffany. Our Larissa Tiffany is currently scoring at 7.850. Up next from Argentina, we have Dana Valentina Vasquez.
Seems like the Macau China athlete, I guess.
A little bit of technical difficulties on the screen right here. Yes, this is the Macau China athlete, Cai Hong Lam.
Okay, the balance.
Really holding that balance there. Beautiful aerial.
Quite good, and judge generally we judge the both stance, core stance, and the balance, and also there are other errors.
Yes.
Okay, let's see her final score.
As you can see, quite contrary to Nanquan, we have no vocalization in Jianshu. It's much more focused on elegance and flexibility.
Yeah.
Whereas Nanquan, the movements may seem a little bit more rigid and short.
Yes, the technique is a harmony of the hardness and softness, graceful and elegance.
However, yes, it's not stating that the athletes are only flexible and soft. They also need to have power. This is very important across the Changquan category of weapons.
Okay, the final score is 8.72.
Currently placing in first place.
Her overall performance is 1.72. There is no any deduction for her quality of movement. Okay, next athlete from
Georgia. This is Vansa Karchavan. Let's welcome her onto the stage as she begins her performance. Great empty stance.
Oh, it's pretty. She dropped her sword too short.
But it's important to keep going on. You must finish the routine. You can hear in the background the audience screaming "Jiao" right now. These are the moments where athletes really need to push themselves and keep focused. When they make any form of a mistake, it's important to keep going.
Okay, the crouching stance is quite perfect.
Yeah, should be no deductions there.
Her basics is very good. Oh,
again.
Oh, it's really pretty, yeah.
It could be the nerves too. Especially once you make one mistake, sometimes it can snowball into further mistakes. But it's important to keep going and finish the routine.
Yeah.
So, Jiao to her.
Important as a focus. Her movements, yes.
Aside from the minor setbacks, it was still quite a good performance from an athlete from Georgia.
Her movement quality is good, and she needs more competition experiences, I guess.
Yes. And competing on a stage too, there are several factors such as nerves, but it's only one part of Wushu. And our final score is 7.460, currently placing her in third place.
So she had a 275, that is the weapon drop on the ground, and 22 that is the her 树叉. It's just a split. A falling front split. It's not front and rear leg did not form two parallel straight lines. So that is not a parallel line. Or the sole of the front foot turns inward and touches the ground.
Up next is Melin del Rosaria from Baez from Argentina. You know, it's definitely a very important learning experience to learn from your mistakes and not to dwell on them, no matter what.
Okay, this is the balance. We call it 望月平衡. Gaze at the moon balance.
One of the things too that we can notice from the sword techniques is when using these performance swords, whether or not the sword makes any sound. It's very important because when the sword makes sound, when you do stabbing techniques or other techniques, it shows that the power is coming from the right place, from your feet, through your hips, all the way up into your arm. So it's important to focus on things like that when you practice. Overall, a very clean performance from our athlete from Argentina.
There are several difficult jumps. Actually, it's quite easy for Chinese and Hong Kong, China, Macau, China athletes, such as aerial. But for the other athletes, it's quite challenging because you need time to train them.
Yes, especially because we can see a lot of these athletes' history, maybe they've been only practicing for a couple of years, whereas places more centralized to China, a lot of the athletes, they start when they're quite young, so there's definitely a big discrepancy there between certain things, especially the jumps. But overall, jumps are only one aspect of Wushu Taolu.
The official slogan of the event is the Wushu Dreams Achieved in Tianjin. The event has also launched its mascot Wu Xiaoxia, inspired by the Naza, and integrating Taiji and the Tianjin elements, and medals with the hollow design of the universe ring. Okay, the final score is a 7.85.
Currently placing in third place. Couple deductions here. We have a deduction number 52, 22, 77, and 71.
Okay, the 52, that is this kind of deduction is about the empty stance. And the 22 deduction is about the front split.
Let's welcome Park Hanbi from the Republic of Korea. Great tornado kick into splits. And butterfly kick into the cross leg stance.
Okay, this is balance. Just a moment. The former athletes got deduction 77 because of the balance. So if the balance is not, the duration is less than 2 seconds, will get deducted by judge 77, the code number.
Yes, so keep that in mind for the future. You can count yourself too if you believe the athletes.
I guess these athletes also will have the same deduction code. Okay.
Yes. When you practice at home or you practice in your own facilities compared to being on the stage, it's a lot different. You have the nerves and adrenaline, so maybe your counting could be off. So it's really important to count a little bit longer than you think.
Yeah, the balance training is also one content for the daily training of the athlete.
That's another aspect too. Some athletes, they might not hold their balance for long enough because of the instability of their movement. So it's very important that before they begin to do their balance, they are very stable. Because if they move into it too fast, then they may lose their balance quite fast and get deductions for that.
Actually, the 8 core techniques of the straight sword is a thrust, point, uppercut, chop, intercept, and upper parry. Okay, the final score is 8.393.
currently placing her in second place. Yes, same as we were just mentioning before, the deduction number 77, which is for the balance duration.
Her overall performance score is a 1.59. That means still has a lot of room to be improved for her overall performance.
Yes, when we talk about these foundational techniques, yes, there must be elegance, but there also must be power. All right, let's welcome our athlete from Singapore, Ingria.
Very clean, empty stance. Straight thrust. Xinbu.
Very fierce spirit. The eyes move with your hands in the same directions. Beautiful foundational techniques so far.
Yeah.
Butterfly kick to cross leg stance.
Very good.
Get ready for the balance. Stability.
Quite good.
There should be no deduction there for time. That is definitely held long enough. Whereas Nanquan, we were seeing the vocalization of the athlete. Now we're seeing the vocalization of the sword.
Actually, the correction of the stances, the correction of the movement, and also the correct of the techniques. Especially the speed of the straight sword also required. Very good. Well done.
Another strong performance in our Jianshu category. Another important thing to mention on the rules of competing in sword is the length of the sword. Maybe some athletes, when they start out, they like to use a sword that's a bit short. Oh, final score comes up, and it's 8.953, currently placing her in first place. No
First
deductions
place.
overall.
Yeah, overall performance score is 1.953.
Quite high, and our highest so far.
So far is the highest overall performance.
Let's welcome our next athlete, Lyubov Blushke. Very low empty stance.
Actually, empty stance cannot just judge from very low or very high. Just should be at the right position. So the thigh should just horizontal level.
Yep. Both legs also must be parallel.
Oh, very good.
Very good tornado kick into splits. Butterfly kick into the cross leg stance.
Very good. Two seconds.
It's always better for the athletes to exceed the time requirement for the balances rather than be short.
Yeah, generally, how do you know your balance is over 2 seconds? There's kind of the tricky. That is a 1 at 1, 2 at 2. So when you count this, and you already 2 seconds passed.
aerial as we finish up the routine.
Very good performance.
Yes, definitely another very strong performance from the Jianshu athletes. A lot of the Jianshu athletes have shown the elegance of the straight sword. And we have our new first place athlete with a final score of 9.116. Of course, no deductions from the basic techniques and an overall score of 2.116.
Yeah, this overall performance score is quite high.
From Hong Kong, China, we have Huang Suzi.
In this group, a lot of strong competitors. So the competition is really serious.
So the time doesn't actually start when the athletes approach the stage. It's when they make their first movement. So it's very important for athletes to get in the right headspace and to enter a flow state before they start their routine. Good butterfly kick into the cross leg stance.
The balance is no problem, and her basics of the straight techniques are good. But the body techniques still can be improved.
Again, another clean performance. Final score, 8.976. Currently placing in second place. One deduction, code 22.
So the 22, this is a front split.
Our next athlete representing the USA, we have Avinda Johnson.
Avi Johnson's skill also very good, and have a very good basic skill. Very good starting. And her figure eight is very nice, and the speed is good, and the sword is really close to her body. Okay, see the balance. Oh, very good, clean and
Very clean.
fast.
Her movements are very sharp and precise.
And the uppercut also is close to body. Okay, the 挂剑 is a straight sword. Hooking parry is
Very good
perfect.
aerial.
Yes.
大会场地运动员强国中国人郑可珍8点。
Very strong performance from our American athlete.
What do you expect her final score? It's high?
I would definitely say she would get a pretty good score. Her jumps were clean, her balance was very clean. And one thing too to note about her balance is she went directly into the balance without any hesitation.
Wow.
Very high score. Now currently placing in first place with a final score of 9.120.
Very good. Temporarily, she's the number one.
Yes. She actually has quite the history of winning gold in the Pan American Wushu Championships in Argentina for Changchun and Gunshu. And she also has quite the history with previous gold medals with Changchun, Jianshu, and Gunshu across international competitions. Up next is our Japanese athlete representing Japan, Imai Yurino.
The style of the Japanese athletes, they have a very correct movements and a precise stances.
Very good tornado kick into splits. Butterfly kick into the cross leg stance.
Yes, movement looks really good and elegant. Oh,
Still held the balance there for the proper duration of time. We'll just have to wait what the judges see about that balance.
yeah, the balance is a little just torso sway. As long as she doesn't move her foot, we just get deduction is a 0.05.
Very clean aerial
Yeah.
into the
Also both
slap
stance
kick.
is really good.
Yet another strong performance across the Jianshu category. Seems very competitive today in the youth girls Jianshu. We're definitely seeing quite a lot of high scores, and quite a few athletes show very few deductions.
Okay, the final score is 8.336.
8.996. She did not show any deductions across the board.
8.996.
Again, a very high score for the overall performance, and she is now in third place.
There's no any deduction for her quality of movement.
And this is our athlete representing Turkey, ISA Sina Kozkin. Great tornado kick splits. When we look at some of the overall patterns for the difficulty movements throughout the Jianshu athletes, it's actually quite similar and quite competitive across the board. The big thing is this balance right here.
That's very good.
There we go.
Sometimes you feel, okay, this athlete has a very strong power and her thrust is powerful, right? But the actual requirement for straight sword is elegance, swift. So they have a different characteristics for the different weapons, such as the burst sword is powerful and fast, and for straight sword, it's not only you just powerful, you still need elegance. And harmony with your weapon and your body, and especially show your body technique.
Yes. And especially with the straight sword. Unlike broadsword, the straight sword is a double-edged sword, and there's no way to protect yourself. The sword must be an extension of your own body. Overall, a very powerful performance from our athlete with a final score of 8.736, currently placing 6th. One deduction, coded number 26.
26, what is 26? It's TC is a single knee raised position. So this is the first code deduct appear in the girls use Jianshu.
Up next, we have Anastasia Kulik. Welcome our athlete onto the competition mat.
Okay, this figure eight, Wanhua techniques is good. It's very fast.
Very high jump.
Very good, yeah.
Great tornado kick into splits.
You know, the 挂剑, the downsides, the parry is quite difficult because you need to turn your body and you have to do it fast. Okay,
Very clean, precise movements.
The balance. Good.
Great balance. We reached the final section of the routine. The athletes need to push themselves the most for the last few movements. Beautiful aerial.
Very good.
Another very great, strong performance.
Yeah.
This athlete as well has quite the history winning gold medals across the board from 2023 to 2025 in other Wushu championships and junior competitions in her home country.
Wow.
Very high score. Our new first place contender, 9.126 from Anastasia. And it's quite clear that these higher placing athletes have quite the extensive background. Apparently, she has been practicing wushu since early childhood. So you can really see the experience there in these higher placing athletes.
It's very close and a little higher. See, it's a little higher than the athletes from the Hong Kong, China. Oh no.
A difference of
From the United States.
0.006.
Yeah.
Up next, representing Portugal, we have Lara Marques. Tornado kick into splits. Again, one thing we mentioned before is the elegance of straight sword. But there must also be a good balance between power as well.
Actually, you know, this as the kids they start to practice wushu. Generally, they need to start from the changquan, but they really prefer the weapons, especially straight sword and the burst sword, because they prefer hold the weapon to chop to fight. Actually, but for the schools, for the wushu club, the coach encouraged them first with the bare hand for the purpose of their safety.
Yes, of course. And one thing we can look at too is schools across the globe. Different sizes of schools may not be suitable for weapons. If you have 20 kids holding swords in a small space. Overall, a good performance from our athlete from Portugal. Unfortunately, we won't be seeing the Jianshu or the straight sword category at the Olympics later on. The 2026 Olympics only features the staff. Oh, we have our final score, 7.780, currently placing in 12th place. The deductions include 6 different ones, 52, 26, 22, 77, 53, and 32.
Yeah, a lot of deduction codes number. So this time we see the new number that is 33, right? 30, 32, yeah, 32. That is the leg expense while do the air wheel.
Yes, it's important for the knees to be completely straight when performing the aerial nandu or difficulty movement.
And again, the 26 is about the TC, is just single knee raised position.
From China Taipei, let's introduce Yo Chun An.
Let's see the athletes from the Chinese Taipei. It's very good. The first movement looks quite good. Quite
Great
clean.
opening section so far.
Yeah. Can see her movement is really accurate and precise. This is what the Changquan style required. Clean movement and accurate position, because when you increase your speed and the accuracy decreases. Everyone can do it slowly at the right position, but fast and stop immediately at the accurate position. This is a challenge for everyone.
Yes.
Very good balance.
Good balance. Yes, that's quite important. Being able to perform at a high speed. Yeah. But like you mentioned before, it's also about stopping at the precise time and not just to keep going at full speed the whole time. So that's why rhythm is incredibly important for these athletes to learn.
Her body techniques also is very good.
Final movement, aerial, very clean in the bow stance. Very nice.
Okay, another strong competitor appears.
We can also discuss the popularity of certain weapons or styles across the board. We can tell that Jianshu might be more popular than other styles because of how high level the athletes are. And a very high final score of 9.023, currently placing in 4th place. No deductions across the board. Balances were good. Jumps were good.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, very good performance.
Overall, a very promising future for the straight sword or Jianshu category of Wushu. Now we have our next athlete from Switzerland, Tara Zhang Tianyu Muller.
She also is very good. See, the first movement is really clean and a very nice empty stance.
Yes. The spirit is there. The movements are very clean. And let's look at the jumps. Very good jump. Tornado kick, 360 into splits. Butterfly kick.
Wow, very
cross
good.
leg stance.
Very high jumping butterfly.
And the balance.
Very good.
Reaching the final section of the routine where athletes need to push themselves the most. They're already out of breath, they're already out of their endurance, but they need to keep pushing.
The figure eights on the back is quite a challenge for everyone, especially if you can make the straight sword close to your waist and very fast.
Overall, another very competitive performance in the Jianshu category.
Okay, the final score is 8.686. She got 2 deductions.
22 and 70B. Currently placing in 10th place. Let's welcome our final athlete for the girls youth Jianshu category, Adriana Pavlyuchenko from Ukraine. Clean opening movements.
Very good. Yeah, movement really good. The straight sword techniques is clean and accurate. Precise movement. Beautiful. Very good landing. The athlete just still a little need to improve her body technique. The straight sword technique is a good, fast, precise. But how about the body? See? Okay, finish.
Great finishing performance to wrap up our girls youth Jianshu category.
Okay, let's see her final score.
Final score 8.673, currently placing in 11th place with a deduction of.
Okay, 77, that is the balance time, and 22 is the front split.
Both of which are very common deductions across all of the athletes today.
So that is all for this morning's competition.
Yes. Now that we are done with the girls youth Jianshu, we will take a break and we'll be back later in the afternoon for the male Changchuan category.
Okay.
The boys youth Changchuan later at 2:30.
8.660分。24号上场，25号准备。Blue side down side, red side goes 1 point. End of round 2. Round 2 winner, red side. The winner of this bout, red side.
From Nepal, a 7.350. As the attention flag, please enter the arena.
2号场地24号运动员尼泊尔夏尔巴卓玛喇嘛最后得分7.350分。25号上场。
S 青年组6处共进式比赛，请运动员入场。
Next goes boys group 65 kilogram category competition. Let's welcome the athletes.
红方运动员陈荣秀来自韩国。
Red side, Kong Yong-soo from Korea.
蓝方运动员法奈德·莫罕默德来自埃及。
Blue side, Fatmeh Mohamed Zakaria from Egypt.
请运动员进场。
Let's welcome the athletes to the FOP.
2号裁判阮志军来自越南。
Platform referee Wen Ji-kun from Vietnam.
红方陈荣秀来自韩国。
Red side, Kong Yong-soo from Korea.
蓝方法奈德·莫罕默德来自埃及。
Blue side, Fatmeh Mohamed Zakaria from Egypt.
第一局比赛开始。
Round 1.
The Taolu Station 1 of the 10th World Junior Wushu Championships. Judges, please stand up.
东方扫的赛区，南方主持人。
Judges, please march on with 1 point. And the wrong one. Nanquan winner, 2-5.休息时间到。Time is up for the break. Athletes, please enter on the platform.
round 2. Round 2 winner, blue side. Athletes, please enter on the platform.
本场 S 青年组65公斤级比赛结果：男方来自埃及的选手法麦格·万赫莫德2比0获胜。
The winner of this bout, blue side, Ahmed Mohamed Zakari from England.
第10届世界青少年武术锦标赛第1单元比赛到此结束。
This is the end of the first season of the 10th World Junior Wushu Championships.
请裁判员起立。
Judges, please stand up.
请裁判员退场。
Judges, please march out.
如果冬天劝退爱运动的心，那就把第一口寒气当发令枪。
把冬日湿滑温踩脚下，把冷空气跑成热蒸汽。用燃抗寒，暖开钢铁般的指节。用一群人的热乎劲儿，给篮筐解冻。
用冬练，硬刚秋膘。
以冻抗冻，甩开身手。恐惧的边线当作起点。在运动中，每个人都能突破自我。冬天，那就看我的。
女士们、先生们，第10届世界青少年武术锦标赛男子男拳颁奖仪式现在开始。
Ladies and gentlemen, the world ceremony of the Wushu 男拳。
有请获奖运动员、颁奖嘉宾入场。
Let's welcome the medalists and presenters.
为运动员颁奖的是国际武术联合会副主席吴廷贵先生，天津市体育局局长薛辉先生。
The medals and qualification were presented by Mr. Anthony Gong, Vice President of the International Wushu Federation, Mr. Xue Hui, Director General of Tianjin Sports Bureau.
获得铜牌的是来自美国。
Bronze medalist representing United States of America, Ethan Chi.
获得银牌的是来自印度尼西亚。
Silver medalist representing Indonesia, Naustaki Santoso.
获得金牌的是来自中华台北。
Gold medalist representing Chinese Taipei,
陈俊成。有请颁奖嘉宾为获奖运动员颁奖。
Please welcome presenters who were the winning athletes.
先生们，请起立，奏中华台北奥委会会歌。
Ladies and gentlemen, if you may, please stand for the anthem of Chinese Taipei Olympic Committee.
请坐。
Please be seated.
请颁奖嘉宾和获奖运动员合影留念。
May we invite the presenters and athletes to take a group photo.
让我们向获奖运动员表示热烈的祝贺。
Congratulations to all the medalists.
女士们、先生们，第10届世界青少年武术锦标赛男子男拳颁奖仪式到此结束。
Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes the award ceremony for Boys Youth Nanquan.
女士们、先生们，第10届世界青少年武术锦标赛女子男拳颁奖仪式现在开始。
Ladies and gentlemen, the award ceremony of the Girls Youth Nanquan.
有请获奖运动员、颁奖嘉宾入场。
Let's welcome the medalists and presenters.
为运动员颁奖的是
The medals and disqualification will be presented by
国际武术联合会道德委主任
Athlete Committee Chair of the International Wushu Federation.
卢松先生。天津市体育局2级巡视员
Level 2 Bureau Rank Official of Tianjin Sports Bureau.
陈曦女士。获得铜牌的是来自中国香港
Bronze medalist representing Hong Kong, China.
陈凯成。获得银牌的是来自印度尼西亚
Silver medalist representing Indonesia, Yutiko Larmadona Umi Auna.
获得金牌的是来自中国
Gold medalist representing China.
李艺兴。有请颁奖嘉宾为获奖运动员颁奖。
Please welcome presenters to award the winning athletes.
“女士们、先生们，请起立，奏中华人民共和国国歌。”
Ladies and gentlemen, if you may, please stand for the national anthem of People's Republic of China.
请坐。
Please be seated.
请颁奖嘉宾和获奖运动员合影留念。
May we invite the presenters and the athletes to take group photo.
让我们向获奖运动员表示热烈的祝贺。
Congratulations to all the medalists.
士们、先生们，第10届世界青少年武术锦标赛女子男拳颁奖仪式到此结束。
Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes the World Ceremony for Girls Use Nanquan. Ladies and gentlemen, the upcoming award ceremony is Girls Use Jianshu. 女士们、先生们，我们接下来将要进行的是女子剑术颁奖仪式，敬请期待。
女士们、先生们，第10届世界青少年武术锦标赛女子剑术颁奖仪式现在开始。
Ladies and gentlemen, the World Ceremony of the Girls Use 剑术。
有请获奖运动员、颁奖嘉宾入场。
Let's welcome the medalists and presenters.
为运动员颁奖的是
The medals and certifications will be presented by
国际武术联合会副主席
Vice President of the International Wushu Federation, Mr. Patrick Van Kempenhoort.
国际武术联合会道德委主任
Ethics Committee Chair of the International Wushu Federation.
卢松先生。获得铜牌的是个人中立运动员
Bronze medalist, individual athletes, Lyubimov Brishek.
获得银牌的是来自美国
Silver medalist, representing United States of America, Evita Johnson.
获得金牌的是个人中立运动员
Gold medalist, individual athletes, Anastasia Creek.
有请颁奖嘉宾为获奖运动员颁奖。
Please welcome presenters to award the winning athletes.
Ladies 女士们、先生们，请起立，奏中立旋律。
Ladies and gentlemen, if you may, please stand for the neutral melody.
请坐。
Please be seated.
请颁奖嘉宾和获奖运动员合影留念。
May we invite the presenters and athletes to take group photo.
让我们向获奖运动员表示热烈的祝贺。
Congratulations to all the medalists.
女士们、先生们，第10届世界青少年武术锦标赛女子剑术组颁奖仪式到此结束。
Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes the world ceremony for girls' youth 剑术。
女士们、先生们，第10届世界青少年武术锦标赛男子少年组长拳颁奖仪式现在开始。
Ladies and gentlemen, the world ceremony of the boys junior 长拳。
有请获奖运动员、颁奖嘉宾入场。
Let's welcome the medalists and presenters.
为运动员颁奖的是
The medals and certifications will be presented by
天津市体育局局长
Director General of Tianjin Sports Bureau
薛辉先生，天津体操武术射击射箭运动管理中心主任
Director of Tianjin Gymnastics, Wushu, Shooting and Archery Sports Management Center
黄吉先生。 获得铜牌的是来自日本
Bronze medalist representing Japan, Shibuya Tenshi
获得银牌的是来自马来西亚
Silver medalist representing Malaysia, Ho Jing Day
获得金牌的是来自中国
Gold medalist representing China
王承旭。有请颁奖嘉宾为获奖运动员颁奖。
Please welcome presenters to award the winning athletes.
士们、先生们，请起立，奏中华人民共和国国歌。
Ladies and gentlemen, if you may, please stand for the national anthem of People's Republic of China.
请坐。
Please be seated.
请颁奖嘉宾和获奖运动员合影留念。
May we invite the presenters and athletes to take group photo.
让我们向获奖运动员表示热烈的祝贺。
Congratulations to all the medalists.
女士们、先生们，第10届世界青少年武术锦标赛男子少年组长拳颁奖仪式到此结束。
Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes the World Ceremony for Boys Junior 长拳。
女士们、先生们，第10届世界青少年武术锦标赛女子少年组长拳颁奖仪式现在开始。
Ladies and gentlemen, the World Ceremony of the Girls Junior 长拳。
有请获奖运动员、颁奖嘉宾入场。
Let's welcome the medalists and presenters. Medals and certification will be presented by
国际武术联合会副主席
Vice President of the National Wushu Federation
吴廷贵先生，天津市体育局2级巡视员
Level 2 Bureau Rank Officer of the Tianjin Sports Bureau
陈曦女士。 获得铜牌的是来自印度尼西亚
Bronze medalist representing Indonesia Pepper Danilo Lito
获得银牌的是来自中国香港
Silver medalist representing Hong Kong China
吴佳怡。获得金牌的是来自中国
Gold medalist representing China
张博纯。有请颁奖嘉宾为获奖运动员颁奖。
Please welcome presenters to award the winning athletes.
女士们、先生们，请起立，奏中华人民共和国国歌。
Ladies and gentlemen, if you may, please stand for the national anthem of People's Republic of China.
请坐。
Please be seated.
请颁奖嘉宾和获奖运动员合影留念。
May we invite the presenters and athletes to take group photo.
让我们向获奖运动员表示热烈的祝贺。
Congratulations to all the medalists.
女士们、先生们，第10届世界青少年武术锦标赛女子少年组长拳颁奖仪式到此结束。
Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes the award ceremony for Girls Junior 长拳